I felt very deceived, and he's not who I thought he was. And he's an opportunist, I've come to realize. It doesn't necessarily have to be anybody from South America or Central America. We just don't know who's coming across. So that's why I became involved with the Minutemen, and that's how I met Tim Donnelly. And became very, very close friends with Tim and Rowena and the boys. I loved being with their family, and it was after coming down here from Northern California and all of my kids remained up there, I felt like I was part of a family. We thought we could do it, but I don't think we really thought we could do it. But you know, so I maxed out the allowable contributions, and then there were other things that I tried to help with. So it was such a small amount of money that the campaign had. Anything made a major, and they were delighted. And then I gave the maximum, and that made a difference. You know, it really made a difference. And then I lent them some money so that they could get more signs and print material, and the campaign paid me back. But they initially, when I went, after I had sent the money just as any contributor would, I was up at their house, and they were talking about how they couldn't pay their bills and it would be an embarrassment and everything. And so, you know, I said, I can help you. I had no idea that what the scope of that would be. And then I gave them $20,000, and then Tim came to me about a half hour later and say, could you put another $20,000 on there? And so anyways, and I did, for better for worse. And but I know it had to take pressure off of them. It had to make a huge difference. It eventually got up to around $60,000 is the amount that I loaned them, and some of that was to pay for the misdemeanor fine and for carrying the gun. Some of it was, my understanding, was to pay vendors from his business, and some of it, I should have been warned, there was to pay back somebody who was upset that they hadn't been paid back. So it was a variety of things. So essentially, the fellow that takes care of my remaining funds said that I'm not going to give you any more money to send to him unless you have an agreement that he must pay you, and the money will come through our office, which good. But the situation is that Tim got to stipulate the amount to pay me. I'm finding it very difficult to, you know, pay my credit cards off, or impossible, and I feel happy if I pay the interest. The dogs, I have two older dogs, and the vet bills are expensive, and I had to listen to my one poor dog crying for weeks before I could afford. I finally ended up borrowing money, and my daughter paying my rent now because I can't afford it, and which absolutely kills me to have to ask her. I don't know how you lay down at night and know that you owe somebody my age some money and reconcile that with your religiosity. I just don't get that. You know, this defines his integrity with the way he's willing to screw me over, and so I don't feel that he would, couldn't count on him to do anything based on principle. If he were to be elected, it would be what he wants. He uses the Minutemen and that whole illegal immigration thing as something to propel him, not necessarily because of the principle of the thing. But anyways, most of the people that I was with down in the early days don't associate with him anymore. We always used to say, and this I probably shouldn't say, that if there was a microphone or a camera around, there'd be a Donnelly around. So.
If you could say something to Tim Donnelly, what would it be?
It'd be hard to say without crying, you know, because Tim, I thought we were friends. I was there for you when you needed help. I need help now, and you're not there for me. And you've hurt me beyond words, not just financially. And I loved your family, and they all knew it. Amen.